Hi everyone, it's Sarah again here in my Real Food Kitchen, and we are continuing on with the series that we have going on eggs. And today we're going to do scrambled eggs. And before you say, who doesn't know how to scramble an egg? My response is almost no one, because I think most people don't do a very good job scrambling eggs. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And you just need a couple of things to scramble eggs. You need a pan like this. This is an omelet pan, but we'll use this today for scrambling eggs. You need some eggs, you need a whisk, and you need something like this, a spatula. This is one of those nice heat resistant ones, so I don't have to worry about it touching the pan and melting. So the first thing we'll do is whisk our eggs, and I want to say that scrambled eggs are made out of eggs and eggs alone. Don't add anything to them. Don't add water, don't add milk, don't add I don't know what. It's just eggs. I think that my theory is that originally people started adding things to eggs to stretch them out for economy. But it doesn't add anything to the scrambled egg. In fact, what it does when you add milk or water, as you heat the eggs, it wants to separate and you will get that sort of weepy, runny scrambled egg. So don't add anything, it's just eggs. I also believe that you shouldn't season the eggs before you cook them. I think that you should season them right as you're about to serve them, because I think that the salt can also cause the eggs to separate. So the first thing we're going to do, I've got 3 eggs in here. I'm going to whisk them. And that's about how much whisking you need to do for the egg yolk and the egg white to be fully incorporated. So when you put it in the pan, it shouldn't have that appearance where you can clearly see that some of the yolk, well, the yolks and the whites are still separate. So now we're going to heat the pan. And eggs should be cooked on a medium-low temperature, scrambled eggs, because you need to cook them slowly for them to get done evenly. And that is the objective, is a nice, even cooking. There should be no brown on a scrambled egg. The runniness is a matter of personal taste. I like my scrambled eggs to be soft. And so a little bit of runniness doesn't bother me, but we'll talk about that when you join me over at the stove. Thanks. So I've got the pan heating up on a medium-low temperature. I'm going to put the butter in here. And first of all, let's talk about that. I feel like with a scrambled egg, nothing complements the taste of a scrambled egg like butter. With a fried egg, I'll use olive oil or bacon fat. But with a scrambled egg, it's a delicate flavor. And if you use olive oil or some other kind of oil, I can taste it. It's a strong taste, and I find it to be off-putting with my egg. So, first of all, butter. And then see how it's kind of sizzling in there and foaming a little bit? I'm going to let that do that for a second. And when it stops that foaming, I'll know the pan is hot enough. In the meantime, I'll get the eggs. And it's just about ready. And there we go. So I've got 3 whisked eggs in here. And I'm going to let the eggs set up along the edges just a little bit. And then I'll start stirring them. And scrambled eggs are one of those things that you just can't walk away from and not pay attention to, because they get done quickly, and if you walk away from them, they're going to set on the bottom and start to brown. And they shouldn't brown at all. Now I can kind of leave it alone. The other thing is, don't overcrowd your pan. This is an 8-inch omelet pan. I've got 3 eggs in here. That's about all it can take, and scramble the eggs appropriately. If you put more volume in there, there's almost no way that you could get the eggs done evenly. They'd be brown, combination of brown and partly raw. So now let's talk about cheese. I'm going to set this aside for 1 second. If you're going to add cheese, first of all, don't add very much. Secondly, it needs to be very finely shredded because it doesn't have a lot of time to melt. I actually love the taste of scrambled eggs and a little bit of feta. So this is the point that I'm going to add, and see how much I'm putting in there, like put a little bit more. So that's about a tablespoon. You don't want to put the cheese in right away at the point where you whisked them up, because the cheese would start cooking on the bottom of the pan, and then you taste that sort of burnt cheese taste. And so these are very close to being done. These have a little bit of wetness. I'm going to shut the heat off already. They're going to finish cooking in the pan without any heat underneath it. And you should have a dish ready. And those, my friends, are perfectly scrambled eggs. There is no brown, and they're very evenly cooked. And so now at this point, let's go back over here. So here we have our perfectly cooked scrambled eggs. At this point, I like a little freshly cracked pepper and a little salt. And if you can see, they're soft, tender, fully cooked, but not brown. So here you have them, perfectly scrambled eggs. Let's taste them. Excellent. Thank you. Join me for my next video, which will be omelets.